this look is great for a night out when you don't want to wear a ton of eye makeup but you want something that is very eye-catching. These DIY glitter lashes are great for that occasion. I am filming this slightly out of focus so you guys can see the holographic glitter pinging in the light. Otherwise, when I'm totally in focus in studio lighting, they don't seem to ping as much, but on a night out when you're in slightly low lighting, these are going to be spectacular. I've intentionally chosen the LashBase PROEffects eyelashes because these go underneath your natural lashes, therefore you can see all of that glitter. You can do this with strip lashes, but they'll be sitting on top of your lashes, therefore your lashes and the mascara will disguise a lot of that glitter. I'm taking small, medium and large in full Glam, but you can take the lighter set if you want it to look a little less spidery. You'll also need a glitter glue. This will help the glitter to adhere to the lashes and then you'll leave them to dry overnight. This will help to prevent any glitter going into your eyes. I've then chosen a cosmetic grade glitter and I've purposely chosen a black holographic because you still want the lashes to look like mascara but you want the holographic bits to kind of catch the light. So a mix of the two here keeps the lashes dark but it also pings when it catches the light. And you can also do this with any colour glitter if you decide you want a coloured lash. So this is the full Glam set. As you can see, they look really soft and fluffy, but that's not going to be the case once the glitter's on there. And I love that this is a ribbon lash, which means you can cut it to the size that is your preference. And as you can see, the band is super fine and they are extremely malleable, which means they're so comfortable to wear. I personally prefer to cut them into smaller sections and then this gives me more flexibility in what sizes I want to use and where I want to place them. For this, I'm also going to use a fan brush just to dip into the glitter glue, but you can use anything that works for you. So to start with, we're going to place some of that glitter glue onto a spatula, and then I'm going to use my fan brush to dip a little bit of that glue onto the bristles. You want to grasp the base of your eyelash between some tweezers. As these are going underneath your natural lashes, this is the side that's going to be touching your lashes, so we want to apply the glue on the outer edge where the glitter is going to sit. Coat the outer side of your lashes from root to tip. And then you want to very gently dab this into your holographic glitter. Try and coat from the base to the very tip as best as you can. Remember, this is going to make your lashes look a little bit thicker and a bit more spidery, but it is kind of inevitable because the glitter is going to be thicker than the fluffy thinness of your individual lashes. It means they will kind of clump together a little bit, but you can comb through them before it completely dries. Just try not to remove too much glitter and make sure you tap off all the excess. I did 3 pieces per eye and then I left them overnight to completely dry. So moving on to the makeup portion of this look, I'm taking this magnetic eye colour by Nude Sticks in the shade Slate. This is a matte finish and I've chosen this as a base for the eyeshadow that we're going to be applying. What makes this very simple is that it is just a winged liner with some eyeshadow on top. We're not going to do a full-on eyeshadow look. This is going to be the base for our eyeshadow to stick to so it's got some longevity and it doesn't move. I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush to kind of soften this and just elongate the shape so I don't have to apply a ton of product. I'm using it to spread it out and cover the length of my eye from the inner corner to the outer edge. I'm keeping it thicker on the outer edge and thinner as we get to the inner corner. And this pretty much dries down as soon as you start to blend it. So again, it has that longevity. I'm using some on my brush here to pull it out on the outer corner to create a wing. However, if you have hooded eyes, feel free to keep this more rounded. You see me use this brush in most of my tutorials. I love it. It's really versatile. You can use it to blend colours out and smudge them, and you can also flatten the bristles to create a winged liner like I'm doing here. Over the top of this, I'm going into my Cosmos palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm using the shade Mercury, which is a metallic titanium shade that has sparkling reflex to it, which works beautiful over the slate shade that we've already applied. I'm using my Sigma E21 brush to pat that on top of the eyeshadow stick that we've already laid down. This eyeshadow stick does dry down as I mentioned earlier, but if you work quickly, it remains just tacky enough for this to really stick to. Once we pat that colour down, we then want to swipe over it. The reason this is important is because it's going to give you the most from your metallic finish. It lays all the particles flat, which then makes them super reflective. If you have a metallic eyeshadow at home, try dabbing it on your hand and then next to that, swatch it with a swiping motion and you'll see it gives 2 different finishes. Now we've finished tracing over that, I'm going to move on to our waterline. I'm going to take this black kohl eyeliner by ZOEVA Cosmetics. This is the softest, most intense black eyeliner that I know of. You could also use a gunmetal grey shade, something similar to what we've got on the top, but I like the contrast of that blackness around the eyes. I feel like it just intensifies your lashes. Don't forget to also coat your upper waterline. If you're nervous about doing this, think about just blinking softly onto the very tip while you move your hand left to right to very softly draw onto your upper waterline. Or blink down onto it, close your lid, and then run your pencil back and forth. That way you won't poke yourself in the eye. Here I'm taking that same Anastasia Beverly Hills brush and dipping it into that Mercury eyeshadow shade and then running that close to the root of the lower eyelashes, making sure that we use the very tip of that brush to work it between the root so there's not a gap between the eyeliner and the eyeshadow. So at this stage it should look something like this, which in itself is a lovely look. You could put some mascara on and be done with it, and then this itself is just such a pretty eye look. I will show you with just mascara, but bear in mind I'm only applying a very light layer because I'm going in with falsies. And before I do that, because we are applying the false lashes on the front of our natural lashes, I'm going to give my natural ones a little curl with my Refa eyelash curlers. It's important to do this because the eyelashes themselves, you want them as elevated as possible. You can curl them after you've applied them, but it is easier to apply it to pre-curled lashes. So this is how it looks with just one light layer of mascara. Bear in mind I am going for an eyelash shed at the moment, but this on its own is a look. So I'm taking my one large section of eyelashes that I coated in glitter and I'm applying this on the outer corner of my top lash line. To keep it in place, I'm only using duo glue because these aren't lashes that I'm going to keep on for any longer than just one evening. So I did one eyelash on the outer corner in large, then I created two mediums, which I'm then going to place next to the large. Obviously, because they are coated in a glitter glue, they do become slightly more stiff and they will appear spidery this close up, but from a distance when you've done your full face of makeup, they just give an intense finish to the lash line and they don't look so spiky, but obviously this close up, they are going to look more spidery. So you can see this is how it's starting to look. It's starting to catch the light and we're getting some really pretty reflective finishes with the help of that holographic glitter. You'll notice I didn't take these all the way across the lash line. They do come in a small size, but I just felt like it might look too spidery. I rather prefer the finish of it from the middle of the eye outwards with a bit more of a winged shape than to go all the way across, but you totally can do that. And if you get any gaps, which I do get when I apply the next one, you can cut a tiny lash from the ribbon and coat that in glitter and then just pop that in. Once I'd finished filming, I noticed that gap more so and I was like, okay, I need to fill this in, and that's what I did. I cut a tiny little lash and then just popped it in. Super easy to do. So that's both eyes with 3 sections of lashes on, and as you can see, it looks so pretty. You could also pop a tiny bit of glitter onto wet mascara to make sure that you got glitter at the front of your eyes as well. Just be very cautious because we are talking about applying glitter around the eyes. These are okay because they've stuck to the gel, so they're not coming off, but to apply glitter close to the eyes, make sure it is a cosmetic grade so it doesn't scratch the surface of your eye. I am fully aware that this is not going to be for everybody because some people prefer a softer, fluffier looking eyelash. So I am aware this won't be for everybody, but I still hope you enjoyed the fun, creative side of this makeup tutorial. It would be super helpful if you could give the tutorial a thumbs up because it really does help with the algorithm. Don't forget to take advantage of the LashBase and Nude Sticks discount codes. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel, it's free to do so. You can follow me outside of YouTube over on Instagram, and I will see you in a couple of days with another video. Bye guys!